Hey Patreon, once again, thank you for your support. So I'm going to take a look at another formation in this Indianapolis Colts playbook. In particular, it's going to be the flanker close. Now, I want to point something out to you. This particular formation has 4 wide receivers, not your typical 11 personnel. It's basically going to be, 1 running back and 4 wide receivers. So what we want to do is want to make sure we have access to other plays in this scheme, so you're not isolated to just one formation. We're going to switch the package, and what I like to switch it to is tight end slot. Slot position is a little bit better for a tight end than other positions. If you wanted to go ahead and do tight ends, 2 tight ends, you could potentially do that with the 2 tight ends on both sides. This might be something we can do to try to attack our opponent with any kind of a doubles formation, but let's run this with tight end slot only. Now the plays we're going to take a look at, I wanted to just have a really quick, an easy quick snap play, so we're going to use mesh spot. Another play that's unique to this formation is going to be the halfback counter, so we want to go ahead and throw that in. Another great play for this is the weak flood, and in particular that drag route gets a very fast release based on both the coverages, and you got like kind of a levels concept with that in, up, and then optioned out. And another play that I was looking at, I looked at a bunch of different plays, but I think this escape play is really good because it allows me to attack my opponent off to the right side. And there's a couple of adjustments we like to do. Now, out of the huddle, we're going to call the inside zone, but what I really prefer is to try to run the ball wide against my opponent with a halfback sweep. This is an outside stretch play. So this is a nice little play to go ahead and use against your opponent. We're going to run this against random nickel defenses and kind of go from there. Now, you've got this stretch play that goes to the outside, and what I like about it is it forces your opponent to get wide with the run. And depending on the blocking, sometimes you can get out there really, really wide and pick up some easy yards. So that's what's cool about this here play. You can choose the inside zone, but we're going to build off of this. Now, the halfback counter, I noticed something with the counter is that the animation with the counter kind of sticks and it forces you to go straight up opposed to off to the right. So what I do is once I snap the ball, I'm going to go ahead and flip my juke stick to the right, and I'm going to find myself being able to get into that hole a lot better than if I don't flip the juke stick. What happens is he kind of gets tied up a little bit more to the center, opposed to going off to the right. So that's what's cool about this this little snap. You'll be able to get to the outside if you do a juke to the right with your stick with this counter play. So now you've got basically a way to attack your opponent far off to the right, and then you can go ahead and attack them off to the backside with this counter play, and this kind of builds off the rest of the scheme. Now, the play that really got me excited the most was this weak flood, and I was running it stock, but I sometimes don't like how the tight end basically gets tied up. I was doing this where I was actually going ahead and taking the tight end and putting him on another level so he gets a little bit higher up. But I'm finding that I need to have a fast read to hit my opponent for a fast adjustment. Now, what I like about this is this little crossing route right here. That's going to be my main read when I run that particular play more than anything else. But if I get the one-on-one and single coverage, we'll do this. But I find that if the defenders float up this little drag route, will always get a clean release, especially against man coverage, and actually get an easy completion. If it is man coverage, another thing you could do is this little curl route right there and get a completion. That was right in my wide receiver's hands. He didn't hold on to it. And we'll see if the routes by the wide receiver on the backside is available. So actually I had the post route over the top that I probably could have hit on that. But the only thing I don't like about that route by the slot receiver is that it takes a long time to develop. So if you're getting rushed, you're going to throw balls like that depending on how good your quarterback is. So I really try to look at this is looking to Dunze and then Clement on the one-on-one, because the one-on-one is actually going to get you a nice little seam route that you can hit against your opponent. Now, how to build off of that, you've got the mesh spot play. You can run the stock Running back is going to be your hot read. You want to throw that, especially against man coverages. If you catch that and rack that, that can be a huge play for you. If the defender slides out, you've got this route on the back side of that running back route. And then obviously you've got basically the route on the far side, and you can build off of it. There's not press coverage, and it's man. You could do a curl route on this back side right here and actually go and complete that. There was actually another defender that came out there, but mesh is just a really good play to go and throw into this scheme. Now the last play that I put into this scheme is escape, and I like to run escape with a corner route. I find that he's going to get off his cut a lot faster than that the deep out route. And then another thing I want to do is I want to take that outside in route, and I wanted to go ahead and put him at a higher level. And the reason we do this is because this running back route is going to be the route that you want to try to throw to immediately. It works like a nice halfback Texas route when you run this. But we want to make sure that when he sticks, you can go and throw it right there. Now, if I leave the outside wide receiver, DJ Moore, in his route, you're going to watch what's going to happen. You're going to see that it becomes very crowded with that whip. And there's going to be, if you got a defender that's carrying with DJ Moore, he's not going to be, you're going to have another defender over there waiting for that whip. So this is why I like to go ahead and put that guy at another notch up. So it kind of clears out the zone. And you could throw that as a check down for you. Now, another thing, too, is that post route. Sometimes that post route will actually get available. I haven't really looked into the specific defenses that you can look at. The corner routes I don't look at. They're kind of clear outs. But let's see here. Okay, so contested ball right there. I don't really like to throw stuff like that. I want to make sure I have leverage, but you can see I was able to throw right over the middle of the defender right there with that route. So this is what's cool about that with that particular route. And forcing that in there because I had a blitzer that was coming in the A gap with this. But really it is, for me, it's all about working that underneath route with the running back, because he kind of stops right there and he comes back around. I can make a progression to the corner with the tight end, but I find that it just takes a long time to do that, and it's not necessarily the best. I'd rather hit this route right here and force my opponent to defend underneath. So this allows you to attack your opponent in the middle of the field. You've got built-in corner routes, you've got the escape route and all that kind of stuff. And if you got a guy that's, he's basically, doing things where you want to hit him with a flood concept, you can definitely do that. Obviously you could do that if you want to, but this is a great little scheme. It gives you running plays, outside runs, and then obviously you've got your counter play that you can jump into. And the little trick that I discovered is that you want to go ahead and use that juke stick as soon as you snap the ball and flip it to the right, so you can get outside of that right tackle, opposed to some of the animations will take you right up the center. So I just want to bring this to you guys just so you can see how I'm going to be running this scheme when I play online. Once again, thanks for your support. Until next time.